Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens. Okay, so there's this website called 10, and there's an article called "Gaming During the Pandemic is Starting to Feel Like Work" by Steve R. And I just wanted to read an excerpt. So you guys, I thought it was interesting how he put it. So, quote unquote, we think of video games as time wasters, a natural fit for our new pandemic lives, whether we're working from home or unemployed or just unable to do the things we normally do outside. We now have a surplus of free time that video games have been specifically designed to fill. Tightly designed, escapist power fantasies with jaw-dropping visuals. So this is a piece on why video games are better than real life. Now, to continue the quote, video games are rife with those vistas so adored by Americans made up of numbers all the way down. They solve the question of meaning in a world where transcendent values have vanished. We turn to games when real life fails us, not merely in touristic fashion, but closer to the case of immigration, fleeing a home that has no place for them. Pandemic gaming isn't so much about losing ourselves in video games, but rather finding ourselves. To ask yourself what it is you need to do to stay safe and sane as everything else falls apart around you. And hopefully leaving us better prepared to figure out what we need when it comes time to reemerge and rebuild.
Bullshit. I feel like that's coming from a guy who just really loves to play video games. Because there are kids. Come on now. Okay, so if you want to be
at least in America, speak from American perspective, I think he nailed this.
Yeah.
And this is coming from Danielle, who, yes, he's a gamer, but he's also one of the most social party animals I fucking know. But continue what your thoughts are.
Granted, gaming is helpful for the pandemic, but to say all that extra stuff is just blowing it out of proportion.
A lot of kids are going to be addicted to games and shit. Have y'all not seen those kids in like Japan who have heart attacks and shit from not moving from the screen for days? They have rehabs and camps and shit, centers for them to go to because of it. Literal like places to save their lives because they're gaming so much. And nowadays, these parents don't give a fuck about their kids. Half of them are not even sitting with them making sure they get on Zoom. They just let them do whatever, and they're probably on the games all fucking day. They're not outside. They're not exercising. Granted, there's not much you can do because of 6 feet, but who says they have to be outside getting shot? If you're doing shit, you can do shit with your kid. Your porch and get shot.
I feel like we're in the middle of a pandemic, and unless you're an adult, a single adult who, has already lived life experiences and knows, what they need to do and how life is supposed to be, then maybe it's a good escape, a virtual escape, you know what I'm saying, Sims? Okay. You choose the life you want to live. But then what about kids? You know what I'm saying?
But I see where you're going, but what part of this excerpt do you disagree with?
I don't feel like it to say that it's work, to say that it's to all those hours of your time. No, like I don't think anybody should be playing video games for hours, like an hour at the most, 2. Like then it just seems like you're just stuck in some fake ass reality.
But that's the whole point of this pandemic in America. Most people are.
But if you spend more time focusing on yourself and maybe fucking reading, investing in business, like you have time. No, that's a fucking video game.
To find yourself.
So you can do that without playing a video game.
A lot of people are not racist because of video games. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't game as much. I don't know.
Just saying. And playing video games,
You think people aren't racist because of video games?
I said some.
I don't know.
I don't think, because if you're going to say people are racist because of video games, then you have to say people are violent because of video games.
Yeah.
He said aren't.
Yeah, I said aren't racist because of video games.
And I feel like she was disagreeing with you.
Oh.
No, I was asking, like, you feel like people aren't like, where'd that come from? Like,
I mean,
and I was asking him, like, is it because he might get in communication?
But, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my question. How do video games make people less racist?
Or how games are put together. A white man and a black man, friends on a video game or something.
No.
Well,
it's money, it's workplace, it's a concept, it's a creation. I'm pretty sure they probably have disagreements. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm saying, like, for me as a gamer, I connect through video games because it's not
the actual game, like how it's created or whatever, is how the storyline or something like that.
I feel like
It's a
people
sense
just
of
get so
progress.
lost
Yeah.
in it
You can get
and
lost in it.
consumed so easily by it.
You can.
But
that they
X-
forget the normal basic things.
But I think you're thinking of the extreme, while this person is looking at video games more as a hobby.
That's because I've seen Extreme. It's a story I could tell you guys, but I wouldn't be able to tell you on camera.
Well, I know of extreme stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like,
But that you can make the case for anything. You can make the case for movies, reading. You can make the case for any type of art.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the bias is coming in. Why is it not okay for somebody, if they want to and they have the time to, put 10 hours into gaming every day?
10 hours of someone being into someone else's creative mind instead of being in their own.
But how?
Video games helps you in a lot of ways, though.
But X,
Reflexes.
I don't know. That's your opinion. That's mine. That's it.
how is that any different from people who binge watch TV shows 10, 12 hours a day? That's not their creation. That's somebody else's.
You're right. Nobody should binge watch shit. When I binge watch shit, I feel stupid as fuck for the next 3 days.
I don't. Most of my ideals come from art. I'm listening to something. I'm watching something. I'm reading something.
I'm not overdoing it.
And X, this is where I disagree.
If I fucking binge watch some shit for too long, 4 hours at most, 5, I end up fucking, when I go to sleep, I end up dreaming about that shit, and my body is not even completely rested. Like, I literally feel like I'm still watching it. Like, I don't feel like I've slept at all.
You know, when you dream, that's when you're getting your best rest, though, right?
Bro, I be waking up tired as fuck.
I don't.
I never went to sleep. Like, the whole time I was just watching an episode of some shit in my head.
Did you go to sleep with the TV on?
No, I don't sleep with the television on.
Then I don't know. I'm confused by that. X, all I'm trying to say is some people, they can't experience life the way they want to for many reasons. And the only way they can experience the life they want to is through other people.
I feel like, to me, I'm at the point where I feel like that is bullshit. I feel like you live the life that you have to find a way to live the life that you want to live. Unless it's like too late, you're in prison or some shit. I don't know. You playing video games, stuck on house arrest or something. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like, get out here and get it. Go do that shit on your own.
But X, at the same time, I feel like you're coming from a very privileged perspective saying that.
Maybe.
No, I'm saying
My
think
mama
about
did raise me, guy. I ain't gonna hold you.
think about Africa or think about China, where these people are making $1 or $2 an hour if they're lucky, but they still have to pay $100, $200 rent. What are you going to do? What are you going to? You have
They
to
can't
work.
afford video game systems.
But I'm not talking about video games. I'm talking about books and stuff. Like, they can't experience life the way they want to. So they're reading or they're watching something that allows them to escape.
I guess. You're right. Yeah, you made a valid point. You shut me up. You got it. To subscribe to our channel, click that button. For the newest videos, click this button. For a recommended video, click that button. And for a pussy pic,